we do, y'all? A lot of stuff to go over today. We have some Batgirl news, including some set photos of Leslie Grace in costume. Multiverse of Madness is just crazy. There's so much going on with that, including Mr. Fantastic casting. It finally happened. We got some Illuminati stuff, some Moon Knight news, stuff regarding She-Hulk as well, including the Hulk's son, and much more. So let's dive right in. Well, let's start off with some Batgirl news. Leslie Grace will play Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, in the film, facing off against Brendan Fraser's Firefly. In addition to this, we're getting J.K. Simmons back as her father, Commissioner James Gordon, and also Batman. But it's not Ben Affleck. Seeing as to how the film is canon in the DCEU, Affleck would be the obvious choice for Batman, right? Nope, it's Michael Keaton. Are you confused? So am I. My guess is that something happens in the Flash movie that makes it all make sense. Anyway, here's our first look at Leslie in costume, sporting the purple suit. She looks amazing. It's comic accurate, and I can't wait to see her in action. We also have our first look at Keaton's Batman in the film, which is painted on a mural on set. However, he's not alone. While this doesn't quite look like the Robin we saw in Batman Forever, even though technically Keaton wasn't Batman in that movie, those films are still all connected, and it's supposed to be the same Batman. Anyway, this is clearly Robin. But which one? Maybe we'll get the story of why there's a different one standing with Keaton. Moon Knight will be the first Disney Plus series of 2022, with Oscar Isaac playing Mark Spector, aka Moon Knight. The series will focus on Spector dealing with having dissociative identity disorder, while being thrust into a war of the gods going back and forth between modern and ancient Egypt. The series will debut on March 30th. With Mark Ruffalo returning as Bruce Banner in the She-Hulk series, many are wondering what his involvement will be. Well, in the comics, Bruce gave Jennifer Walters her powers during a blood transfusion, where she received his gamma-infused blood. We know that Abomination will appear in the series and create a lot of different Hulk-type characters after distributing the gamma-infused blood as a cure-all, creating a World War Hulk-type scenario. In this, we will meet Scar, Hulk's son from Sakaar. That's right, in the time he was stranded on Sakaar as the Grandmaster's champion, Hulk had a son. A fact that I'm not sure Bruce Banner is aware of. Either way, Scar shows up and causes a lot of fuckery, including sending Banner off-world yet again at the show's conclusion. And this will lead into a World War Hulk film said to be in production at the moment. With the sequel, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it's been reported that Miles and gang will travel to different universes. Each of them will be drawn by a different artist to give them all their own feel, which I think is pretty cool. Speaking of Miles, recently, Jaden Smith sat down with Marvel Studios to discuss an unknown role. I could be jumping to conclusions here, but is it far out to think that it could be Miles Morales? Alright, well, time for more Doctor Strange news. Multiverse of Madness is now claiming to be an homage to all of Marvel, with its many cameos and callbacks to films even prior to the MCU. We're getting the Illuminati, and even a fight between Professor X and Scarlet Witch. Last week I stated that Wanda's variant, Lore, will be in the film, but I'm not sure which version. But it's been reported that Wanda attacks the Sanctum, and after the first act of the movie, Strange flees into the multiverse with America Chavez to escape her. As they're in the multiverse, Strange meets Clea, who was originally said to be Emma Watson, but now it's looking like Clea will be a variant of Christine Palmer, Strange's love interest, played by Rachel McAdams. Clea helps Strange and Chavez find a book that is the opposite of the Darkhold, which emits bright light. Also, like I said, Strange will encounter the Illuminati, which is led by Professor X. But we now know it's not the same team from the comics. Recently, Sophie Turner and James McAvoy were apparently spotted on set with their character's appearance. But it's hard to say if this is true, because Patrick Stewart is the one playing Xavier in the movie, so I don't know. This version of the team, however, is made up of Professor X, who is a variant of the one from the X-Men films, Mordo, who is, in his universe, the Sorcerer Supreme, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, Captain Britain, played by Haley Atwell, Balder, the brother of Thor, Captain Marvel, but it's Monica Rambeau. And of course, Reed Richards, who is now confirmed to be played by John Krasinski. It's actually fucking happening. I don't know about the Iron Man variant, I don't know how he'll come into play, or how the Ultron bots are gonna work, but the Reed Richards news is awesome. And does that mean he'll play Reed Richards in the MCU film? Well, not only did we learn that production will begin on the Fantastic Four film very soon, but that now it'll be directed by Spider-Man director Jon Watts. It's hard to say if John Krasinski will be Reed for other projects, but I'm willing to bet he's the MCU Reed Richards. Sue, on the other hand, was speculated to be his real-life wife, Emily Blunt, but sources say now Charlize Theron may actually be in the running for the Invisible Girl. As for Human Torch and The Thing, I have no idea, but I hope we find out soon. Alright guys, well, this has been another episode of From the Red Carpet. If you guys enjoyed it, and you like the content, please like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you on the next one.